In the book of Genesis chapter 1, the Bible says that God made man in his image. And people look at that and they think when God said, let us make man in our image, that must be a plurality of persons. But according to Hebrew grammar, when a noun that is the subject is plural, then the verb will determine how many persons that would be according to whether or not it's plural or singular. And the verb, when it says God said, let us make man, the make is not plural, it's singular. And that's confirmed by the very next verse when it leaves God speaking about what he's going to do with the narration, where the narrator says, so God created man in his image, not their images. And in the image of God created he, them, not them, he, them. And God made man one person. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 18, to what are you going to compare God? The Trinitarian doctrine, in proposing that God is three persons, has actually compared God to man and is making God in man's image. And the reason I say that is because the Trinitarian sees the Father and the Son, and then he says, well, that's got to be two persons. Why? He's not realizing he's doing this, but he's committing a logical fallacy in demanding that if man can't be his own father or his own son, then neither can God. And it demands more than one person in human beings' cases for there to be a father and a son. What they're not realizing is that a human being has one nature. He cannot create another nature apart from his own inherent nature, which is what God did when he manifested as the Son of God. And man cannot manifest himself with that nature and have such a perfect manifestation of himself with human nature that a human being had to pray that resulted. Had to pray or it really wouldn't be human. And so that's not God being two persons, one person sending the other, but it's God as a single person multitasking and manifesting himself with flesh so perfectly human that he had to pray, while at the same time he remained God and filled the universe. And the only deity, if God manifested himself in flesh to pray to, would be his deity. And it's not deity praying to deity, it's humanity praying to deity. It's God multitasking. And the Trinitarian that doesn't allow that actually says that God doesn't have the ability to be one person as deity, the only one with divine nature, and manifest himself simultaneously with human nature and have that human nature interact with his deity.